Welcome to the second episode of The Lonely Adonis. I am your host, Nico. The story you're about to hear is inspired by true events. Names and other details have been changed to protect the privacy of the individuals involved. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you for tuning into The Lonely Adonis. A crazy, rich love triangle. Hi, my name is Eli, Dr. Elijah Gonzalez. I am now a 35-year-old oncologist at one of the leading hospitals here in my city. Why this career? It's because I saw a lot of my loved ones suffer from cancer. My grandmother, my mother, and most recently, my elder sister. They're all gone now, but don't feel bad for me. I am comforted with the thought that they are now free from pain. No more suffering. Let me start by going back to the last days of med school, which was 9 years ago. By that time, the only family I had was my elder sister Sophia, who is 7 years older than me. My grandmother had been gone for 5 years already. My mother had died 2 years prior. And my dad, well, he died drunk driving his BMW sedan when I was very young. I can barely remember him, to be honest. Anyway, we were lucky that my parents were both well off. We're no billionaires, but we had more than enough. My dad was a successful engineer, while my mom was an equally successful architect. Perfect match, right? We have been living off from inheritance. This is how my sister got her successful cafe, and how I managed to get into med school. My sister, who took care of me since my mom got sick, had always wanted to be a doctor, but she was not able to pursue her dream because she had to take care of me and my mom. She convinced me to follow that path instead. I still would have pursued med school without her advice anyway because I was just too passionate about helping people. Back to my story. I always hung out in my sister's cafe after school with my girl best friend Annette. My sister had this really nice, homey, elegant restaurant with mahogany wood interior. It was named, well, you guessed it, Sophia's. She, along with 10 other workers, ran that cafe and did an excellent job doing so. Her cafe is located in Bonifacio Global City in Taguig, Metro Manila, Philippines. If you haven't been to the Philippines, let me tell you that Bonifacio Global City, or more popularly known as BGC, is where most high-end shops are located. It's our own version of Singapore's famous Orchard Road. I am lucky enough to live here, in one of the most posh condo complex in the area. I live with my sister, by the way. We sold our old house and bought a 3-bedroom condo unit after she opened the cafe. Sophia is a bit of a tomboy. She never had a boyfriend, and I always thought that she might have been into girls, but she never opened up. She was one hard-working lady. She was tall, fair, and slender. She never wore makeup on regular days. She was a natural beauty. She had a lot of suitors, but she never said yes to any of them. She dedicated most of her time running her business, the business which allowed us to live a comfortable life. And about me, I'm gay, by the way, and a full-blooded Filipino. I was 26 years old during that time. I wasn't an outgoing person, but I was a bit popular though, because everybody thought that I was good looking, just like my sister. I stand about 5'9", medium-toned skin, athletic build. Even if all I ever did was a bit of jogging, I never really felt insecure about myself because the people around me constantly reminded me of how attractive I was, though I never fully believed them. I already had 2 failed long-term relationships during that time. School got in the way of my last relationship. I broke up peacefully with my ex-boyfriend though, who was, during those days, studying law. One day, I, together with my best friend Annette, was busy preparing for the dreaded Philippine physician licensure exams. We had 2 more weeks to study. We always had our study sessions in my sister's cafe because of the nice ambiance and, of course, the free food and unlimited coffee. We always sat on the same spot, the table for 3 near the counter, right across the entrance. It was a warm, beautiful, sunny afternoon. Annette and I took a break from studying and did a bit of small talk. It was a really lovely day. I was enjoying my favorite cup of iced flat white coffee with cinnamon bun on the side. Annette was gushing about this up-and-coming British boy band called One Direction. She was in the middle of talking to me about how talented and beautiful the members were when all of a sudden, an attractive Chinese-looking man came in. He looked slightly older than me and was slightly taller. He had straight black hair, thick eyebrows, deep-set Asian eyes with prominent brow bones, and the most delicate lips. All these features arranged on a small, angular face. He was very well built and lean. Broad shoulders, small waist. He had the perfect masculine V-shaped torso. I also loved how stylish he was. He wore a simple white shirt, tucked in blue corduroy pants, paired with black leather horsebit Gucci loafers. He looked like one of the leading men in the Korean dramas I've been watching. Gosh, how the room became brighter when he entered. I just couldn't take my eyes off him. He was far enough to not notice how I was creepily staring at him, yet near enough that I could hear him. "1 flat white, please," he said. "Hot or iced?" our barista asked. "Iced." Oh my god, I think I've found my perfect match. He also loved the iced flat white. This isn't a very popular coffee variation, by the way. He took a seat at a nearby table. "Cute guy alert, 3 o'clock," I told Annette. "Wow, he looks just like Lee Min-ho," she said, referring to one of the most popular Korean actors. He spent a good hour and a half inside the cafe looking at his iPhone, reading an ebook perhaps, and my eyes were fixed on him the whole time. This guy is well off, I could tell. He was wearing a nice-looking silver and blue Breitling watch. I could tell by the logo. Just as he was about to step out of the cafe, I noticed that he left something on the table. As part owner of the restaurant, I thought it would be best to impress him by returning the item. I quickly stood up, grabbed the item, and ran outside. "Excuse me, sir. You left your car key," I said, while handing out a remote key with the Mercedes-Benz logo. He turned around and I got the chance to examine his perfect face. He was more beautiful up close, and he smelled really nice too. He was wearing a sweet-scented, earthy-smelling perfume that reminded me of cedarwood. I could see his pecs and abs bulging through his body-hugging white shirt too. "Wow, you really came after me. Sorry about that." He spoke in a warm, buttery voice which reminded me of Prince Zuko from Avatar. "Thank you though, and have a nice day." He smiled. "You too," I replied. A few hours later, when I was about to sleep, his beautiful face crossed my mind again. I could not stop thinking about how his eyes glowed when he thanked me. He had black, dreamy eyes. Stupid me. I should have asked for his name. I never thought it would be possible to fantasize about a stranger this much, and yet I did. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I spent hours in the cafe staring at the entrance, hoping he would come back. I desperately wanted to see him again. I still remember how he looked and smelled vividly. 5 days had passed and I was starting to lose hope. Then comes Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning. Annette was not with me since she had to attend her grandfather's birthday luncheon. I was reading Frank H. Nettler's Atlas of Human Anatomy book at my usual spot inside the cafe when... "Hey, this is for you." I looked up and saw that dreamy Chinese guy handing me a glass of flat white coffee. My blood rushed. "Wow, thank you so much. You didn't really have to," I said, quite embarrassed by his gesture. "No, please take it. I owe you one." I felt like I did not thank you enough before. I was kind of in a rush that time. "My name is Jordan, by the way. Jordan Lee," he said, while lifting his right hand, waiting for a handshake. I wasted no time grabbing his hand and was quite surprised how soft it was. "My name's Elijah, but you can call me Eli." "Nice to meet you, Eli. I came back here hoping to see you. I felt really bad for not thanking you enough last Sunday," he said while taking a seat at the chair across me. The guy I've been fantasizing about is now in front of me. He came back. I was happy yet really nervous at the same time. I can hear my heart pumping. I had to act calm. "Oh, that was nothing. Thank you for the coffee. Flat white is my favorite. How did you know?" I questioned. "I asked May, the barista. It seems like you're a regular here, so I figured she might know what you'd want," he answered. "Oh, I bet she does. I come by here every day. My sister actually owns this cafe." "Nice place she's got. I am going to come by here more often." "What book are you reading?" he asked. "Oh, some boring medical book. I am studying for the medical licensure exam next week." "Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not disturbing you." "Oh, no, you're not. Please stay. I spent my last 3 months studying. I think I've studied enough." Wait, did I just really ask him to please stay? What am I doing? You are? Okay then. It seems like you need company. I will be staying here more often, by the way. I just moved in town. I used to live in Cebu City. My family owns a chain of convenience stores. We just opened one in 11th Avenue. My dad asked me to manage all our stores in Metro Manila. Wait, your family owns Freddy's Family Mart? I asked. Oh yes, that's our shop. Freddie Lee is my dad. That's where I buy most of my stuff. I love that you sell sustainable organic stuff, I said excitedly. Thank you for your patronage, he smiled. Listen, I really enjoyed talking to you, but I have to go now. I was hoping that we can hang out more often. I barely know anyone here. I really need somebody to show me around. He paused. Can I get your number? Fast forward 7 years, Jordan and I have been living together in his luxury condo. We became so in love with each other. This time, I am now an established doctor with his own clinic. Money started pouring in. I bought my own car, a sexy off-white Lexus ES to compete with Jordan's black Mercedes-Benz GLC. The last 7 years have been the happiest years of my life. Until the day I got a phone call from Sophia. She said she has been diagnosed with stage 3 liver cancer. I felt like the sky came crashing down on me. I've seen this before, with my grandmother and my mother. I knew she only had a few months left. I became very busy juggling work and taking care of Sophia for 6 months. Jordan had been very understanding and has never complained, nor did he demand. He was there showing the same level of love and support he has been showing me over the years. He and Annette became my support system. Sophia finally succumbed to the dreaded disease 7 months after she was diagnosed. I was devastated. The person who loved me and took care of me has gone away. Out of touch. Out of reach. I was not even there during her final moments because I was busy taking care of another patient. This is one of the curses of being a doctor. You spend so much time taking care of another person's mother or sister, knowing that you could have spent that time taking care of your own. But I have no regrets. I'm pretty sure that is what Sophia wanted. Her last text contained the words, "I am so proud of you. I love you." I used to distract myself from the pain after Sophia's death. I may not have noticed how I neglected my relationship with Jordan. He, too, has become very busy. Their business opened 6 more branches in Metro Manila. We almost did not see each other most days of the week, but we made sure we spent our Sundays together, eating lunch at my sister's cafe, ordering the same iced flat white every time. I could not deny our relationship was getting colder. I traveled a lot to attend seminars and symposiums all over the world. What happened next did not surprise me. While I was attending a medical conference in South Korea, I received a text from Annette. I saw Jordan with another guy. I saw them together at Tanya Resort in Tagaytay. I am here for my auntie's birthday. They did not look like they were just friends, Annette reported over the phone. What does the guy look like? Were they sweet? What were they doing? I asked, surprised I was not hurt or crying at all. I saw them kissing by the pool while I was night swimming. I know the guy. He's pretty famous. Celebrity stylist Leandro Ricci. He's in every fashion and lifestyle magazines. I know you're going through a lot, but I thought it would be best to tell you. Do you want me to slap them both? Will that make you feel better? Annette replied. No, Annette. I have plans. I'll cut this business trip short. I'll book a flight tomorrow. I'm going straight to that resort. I'll meet you there. They might still be there when I arrive. And so I did. After booking a flight to Manila with Korean Air, I opened Instagram to look for my boyfriend's lover. I typed, Leandro Ricci. I did not have a hard time looking at his account because of the verified checkmark. What I saw were pictures of a beautiful man, obviously of Filipino Mediterranean descent. He had striking eyes, tan skin, and a fit, slim body. He obviously loved partying. I saw pictures of him attending the most prestigious balls, dressed mostly in Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Christian Dior. All these flashy and colorful brands. He was fabulous. I mean, I am well dressed too, but I usually wear neutrals. My go-to brands are less loud. I am loyal to Givenchy and Hugo Boss. This guy, Leandro, is just so full of color and vigor. For the first time ever in my life, I felt insecure. I did not like how I felt that night. I felt ugly and worthless. The pain of betrayal started kicking in. I did not sleep at all. I spent the whole night packing for my flight the next day. I arrived in Manila just in time. I booked a car using the Grab car app and went straight ahead to the luxurious Tania Resort. I was wearing a cap and a huge pair of sunglasses from Saint Laurent. I went straight to Annette's room as she was alone. "They eat dinner together at the Kiki bar almost every night," reported Annette. "Well, I guess that's where we will be tonight then," I said. The hotel's Kiki bar was a tropical paradise. It was beside the resort's mountainside pool. It was dimly lit by torches, and there was a band playing tribal instruments in the background. We deliberately arrived later than most people to make sure that they won't spot us. Annette and I wore big straw hats that tourists wear to hide our faces. I gazed around the area and spotted Jordan immediately. I recognized him because of his favorite floral Calvin Klein shirt. "There they are. I think they just arrived. They're still ordering," I said. "Let's get seated," said Annette. We asked the pretty waitress to have us seated at the most strategic table around, the one outside the restaurant. I can see them perfectly from here, and it's impossible for them to see us because it was dim. Annette ordered sizzling spicy prawns for us, and she also asked for a bottle of Moe and Chandon. All the time I was staring at them, laughing and enjoying each other's company. The waiter delivered a bottle of Jordan's favorite champagne, Armand de Brignac. They were obviously having a really good time together. I realized that I never saw Jordan that happy in years. My pain turned into pleasure upon seeing them together. They make a really good couple. I can tell they have a lot of chemistry. Jordan was always an outgoing person, something that I can never be. It then sank in. I have neglected our relationship. I focused more on my career. Although Jordan betrayed me, my heart felt like he deserved the bliss he is experiencing right now. He has always been supportive, and he sacrificed a lot for me. I was under a strange state of surrender. I have lost, but it felt good. It might have been because of the tribal music and the tropical breeze. That night was the night I accepted my defeat. "Let's get out of here," I told Annette. After that night, I did not go home immediately. I stayed inside Annette's suite room for a week, thinking, reflecting. Jordan was not expecting me yet because the business trip was supposed to last until the end of the month. I used the time to prepare myself for our next encounter. I did not know what to say to him. I wanted to tell him a lot of things, until, out of nowhere, in one of my drunken nights, I texted Jordan, "I know about you and Leandro. I saw you, and I am happy for you." Jordan felt genuinely sorry for everything. Being the honest person that he was, he told me about everything. About how he felt lonely and how they fell in love. I had a strange feeling about it the whole time, a mixture of hurt and happiness. I haven't seen Jordan after the night I saw him with Leandro. I asked him to step out of his condo so that I can get all of my things. I genuinely felt no remorse towards him, but I did not want to see him, out of fear that I might regret my decision of ending my relationship with him. Today, I am still alone, but definitely not lonely. I love my job. I love taking care of sick people. I was appointed director of the oncology department, the youngest one our hospital has ever had. I also spent a lot of time organizing medical missions for our less privileged brothers and sisters. For people like me, true love is not another person. Sometimes, true love comes in a form of a mission. This is my mission, my destiny, and I could not ask for more. Jordan and Leandro? Well, they're getting married in Las Vegas. That's what their invitation says. They sent me one. Am I going? Well, let me tell you this. I already booked a flight to Las Vegas and I bought a suit from Hugo Boss. Don't get me wrong, I won't be there for trouble. I have fully forgiven Jordan for everything and I feel that I am now ready to see him again. We have now come to the end of my story. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of you might criticize me for my unusual decision, but sometimes we just have to follow what is right. Let me end my story by leaving you my favorite quote from Mother Teresa. Intense love does not measure, it just gives. We hope you enjoyed that episode. Do you want to share your story? Email us at thelonelyadonis@gmail.com. See you on our next story time.